Hello children, I am Rizwan. Children, have you ever noticed angles in everyday life? Think about the corner of a book or the way the hands of a clock show time. These are the examples of angles. In geometry, angles help us understand shapes and directions. A point is like a dot you see on paper, while a line is a straight path without any ends, just like a road that goes on forever. If the line has two ends, it's called a line segment, like a piece of string. And if it has one end and keeps going, we call it a ray, like a sunbeam shining out. In this video, we will learn about different types of angles, like acute, right, and obtuse angles. We'll also explore how angles relate to each other, like complementary and supplementary angles. Let's dive in and discover the world of angles together. Learning outcomes. After the completion of this lesson, you will be able to know: understand what points, lines, and angles are in basic geometry concepts. Identify different types of angles, acute, right, and obtuse angles easily. Learn how angles can be complementary or supplementary angles together. Recognize important properties of angles and their relationships with each other. Keywords from this lesson are point, line, line segment, ray, angle, acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle, complementary angles, supplementary angles, adjacent angles, and vertically opposite angles. Children, today we are going to see the different types and properties of angles. Before that, let us see some important definitions. Point. A point is a geometrical element which has no dimensions. Line. A line is a straight path which has no endpoints. Line segment. A line segment is a straight path which has two endpoints. Ray. A ray is a line which has one endpoint and endless from another side. Angles. An angle is formed when two rays originate from the same endpoint. The rays making an angle are called the arms of the angle. The end point is called the vertex of the angle. We write angle as angle ABC in the first figure. and angle XOY, angle ZOW, angle YOW and angle XOZ are angles in the second figure. Positive angle. If the angle goes in counterclockwise, then it is called a positive angle. Negative angle. If the angle goes clockwise direction, then it is called a negative angle. Now let us see types of angles. The angles are classified under the following types. Acute angle. An angle measured less than 90 degrees. Right angle. An angle is exactly at 90 degrees. Obtuse angle. An angle whose measure is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. Straight angle. An angle which is exactly at 180 degrees. Reflex angle. An angle whose measure is greater than 180 degrees and less than 360 degrees. Full angle. An angle whose measure is exactly at 360 degrees. Properties of angles. The following are the important properties of angles. The sum of all the angles on one side of a straight line is always equal to 180 degrees. The sum of all the angles around the point is always equal to 360 degrees. Based on these angles and the lines, it is further classified into different types such as complementary angles, supplementary angles, adjacent angles, vertical angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, and so on. Complementary angles. If the sum of two angles is 90 degrees, then they are said to be complementary angles. Or you can say that two angles which make up a right angle are called complementary angles. Supplementary angles. If the sum of two angles is 180 degrees, then they are said to be supplementary angles. If two angles are supplementary, then they are the supplement to each other. Adjacent angles. It is a pair of two angles which are placed next to each other. Adjacent angles have a common vertex, a common arm. A non-common arm could be on either side of the common arm. Linear pair. A pair of adjacent angles whose non-common arm makes a single line, that is, they are the opposite rays. A linear pair is also a pair of supplementary angles as their sum is 180 degrees. The above pair of the angles is adjacent as they have one common arm, supplementary as the sum of two angles is 180 degrees. The linear pair as the sum is 180 degrees and the non-common arms are opposite rays. Vertically opposite angles. When two lines intersect each other, then they form four angles, so that angle A and angle B is pair of vertically opposite angles. Angle N and angle M is pair of vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Points to remember. A point has no size, while a line goes on forever in both directions without stopping. An angle is formed when two rays meet at a point called the vertex. Acute angles are less than 90 degrees, right angles are exactly 90 degrees, and obtuse angles are more than 90 degrees. Complementary angles add up to 90 degrees, while supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. Vertically opposite angles are equal when two lines cross each other. Thanks for watching.